Hey everybody, Nicholas Fredette here for my VIP blog. This week we're going to look at what we call microexpressions. And microexpressions are very quick and fleeting emotions in our flashes of emotions in our face that are repressed emotions. And so whenever we want to hide our emotions, when we don't want to reveal them, and that could be in any situation really. What will happen is that we'll try to keep a neutral face. We'll try to keep a poker face, but what will happen is that we'll flash very quickly, less than a second, maybe 1/5 to 1/25 of a second, what is called a microexpression. And the microexpressions are simply if you feel disgusted about something, if you feel anger or surprised about, if you're surprised about something, what might happen is that you'll show for that fifth of a second, you'll show surprise in your face, but it'll be really, really fast, and sometimes it's pretty subtle. But let's look at an example here. This is from the Bachelorette, and I've discussed this show before. I always like looking at these reality TV shows. They're really intense for the people that participate in them, and that this is real for them. They don't want to, especially here. This is the rose ceremony. So if you know the show, this is when the girl will give the guys a rose, and if they want to stay on the show, if they want to pursue their relationship with that Bachelorette, they don't want to go home. They want to get that rose. And unfortunately, this guy that we see on the screen here has just realized that he's not getting the rose. He's going home. The Bachelorette doesn't necessarily see a future with in between them, so he's not getting a rose. So we'll look at him, and I'll play the video and then I'll comment after. All right, so that was it. That was really fast. And this one's pretty easy to see. You might have noticed some kind of twitching in his face. His face is very neutral. There's not much going on. He's not talking. He's not being expressive at all. So it's pretty easy to see that there was kind of something there in his face. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it in slow motion here, and you'll see exactly what happened. And you can see this is a beautiful microexpression, really. And he'll show us actually two emotions that he's feeling at the time here. So let's watch it here. This is kind of his neutral face, and then he'll show his microexpression right here. So I'll pause it here. So watch what happened. This is a great microexpression. You can see there's two emotions here. You can see that his upper lip here is being raised upwards, and that's a sign of disgust. And also, there's some wrinkling here on the top nose area, and it's also being pushed up. So it's also a sign of disgust. But also, what is great about this microexpression is that there's also anger involved. You can see that the eyes are glaring, and also that the eyelids here in the lower area of his forehead here is being pushed together and downwards, and that's a sign of anger. Actually, if I don't show you the forehead, and actually cover the glaring of the eyes, you might see disgust. You might see that, and imagine him smelling something that smells bad, or seeing something that is kind of disgusting him. And if I hide the lower part area of his face and only show you the glaring of the eyes and the frowning here on the forehead, you'll probably notice that he's kind of angry here. So you put two and two together, he's showing both disgust and anger. And in this case, it's pretty easy to figure out why. He's just, he's not getting a rose, is feeling bummed about it and not necessarily happy about it. And that's why he's showing us this microexpression. And like I said, this was kind of easy to see if you at least notice some kind of twitching or some kind of muscle movement here. But if you're an observed, if you know about microexpression, you can probably figure out that also he was showing disgust and anger. So look for these microexpressions in the faces of your business partners and potential clients, and they might give you an indication on their state of mind. They really are a snapshot of their emotional state when they express that microexpression. So they're feeling disgusted and angry. In this case, when they show that micro expression. So look for those facial expressions in the faces of your colleagues and all your business relationships. They'll give you an accurate state of mind of their feelings and how they see maybe what you're telling them and what you're selling. If you tell them that you have a product out and you specify some features, and at some point they flash you disgust or something like that, then there might be some issue there with one of their features that they don't really like. So you might want to diffuse that negative feeling that they're getting now, with your product or service. So look for these micro expressions. You'll see on my website there's some links there to micro expression training. Look for these; they're great to look for, and really get a great snapshot into your business associates' state of mind. All right, I'll see you next time.